Look. You're now tuning in to BS Talk. She came to keep it 100, not the BS show. So listen to Queen Key. She here with some free game. No he say, no she say, but maybe a replay of the news, giving views, and she dropping shoes. Maybe even a couple tools that you can use. Yeah, cause there's a lot we need to talk about. So we gon' kick it like we chillin' at the barbershop. BS Talk. BS Talk. BS Talk. This is BS Talk. Yeah. BS Talk. BS Talk. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Queen Key BS Talk. Today I have my husband here with me, Roy. So today we're going to be talking about the MetaVerse. If you haven't heard, Facebook changed their name to Meta. We're going to talk a little bit about Elon Musk. He's created something also, which is a chip. So what we're going to do is we're going to share a video. We're going to kind of talk about this video. So we're going to go ahead and show a clip of the video, and then we'll talk a little bit about it.
You don't want to warm them up and tell them a little bit about it? You want to just play? I can hit play.
Yeah, you can go ahead. You can talk a little bit about it if you want.
Oh, so essentially what the video is showing is that two powerhouses, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, are at a crossroads of disagreement over the future with the MetaVerse. And Elon Musk doesn't necessarily agree with it being the way that Mark Zuckerberg sees it coming. But either way, it's coming. So we want to introduce those of you in our community who don't necessarily either don't know about it or you heard about it and you kind of blew it off. And it's not something that you necessarily want to blow off. Think about it like this. Back in the day, at least I know when I was a kid coming up and the internet was first coming on the scene, a lot of people, including myself, didn't too much particularly care for computers and whatnot. And then now you look at it and it's all around us. I mean, try to go a day without touching your phone. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Your whole life is on the internet. It's on the web. Your social, your address, I mean everything. So you can get ahead of it, or you can be a consumer and be behind it. Yeah. So anyway.
So it's it's an upgrade of Facebook. So we're going to kind of get into it a little bit.
So anyway, we'll play this video for you guys, and then we'll discuss it. Okay, so let's make sure you guys can hear it. Hold on, I don't think you guys can hear it. Wait a minute. Let me pause this thing and start over. I don't think you guys can hear it because I'm looking at the screen.
Elon Musk's last warning for Mark Zuckerberg. It seems to be a rite of passage that as technology billionaires get older, they spend more time chasing dreams they might have fantasized about as kids. There's Elon Musk, and now Mark Zuckerberg, age 37, with his plans to build an alternate digital reality known as the MetaVerse. But it had been over 4 years. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg have clashed over everything from artificial intelligence to rockets. Want to know more about the feud? Stay tuned to this video. Welcome to Elon Musk Rewind. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update on SpaceX, Tesla, Starship, or basically anything related to the multi-talented, influential tech icon and billionaire Elon Musk. The two moguls, who helmed Tesla and SpaceX and Facebook, or should we say Meta now, haven't exactly kept their rivalry a secret. This was started way back in September 2016 when SpaceX was testing its Falcon 9 rocket at a launch site in Cape Canaveral, Florida. Shortly after that, the rocket exploded, which destroyed Facebook's Amos 6 satellites, which was supposed to ride the rocket into space. The satellite was part of Facebook's Internet.org project to deliver internet connectivity to the developing world, and would have been Facebook's first satellite in orbit. But when a SpaceX rocket explosion destroyed the Facebook satellite, Zuckerberg seemed openly frustrated that the launch failed. So, by writing on Facebook that he was deeply disappointed to hear that SpaceX's launch failure destroyed our satellites that would have provided connectivity to so many entrepreneurs and everyone across the continent.
So first we start off with the conflict, right? So these guys, they have a conflict where you got two multi-billionaires basically writing a script into what they want to do in the world, right? And then you have one, it seems like he's trying to help the other one out, then something goes wrong, and now they got like this little beef. This in and of itself is kind of funny because all of us can be impacted by people who sit at the top, right? Because, yeah, Facebook is Facebook, whether you use it or not, it's still touching you in some kind of way because Mark Zuckerberg also has Instagram. You have influence over things like YouTube, and Elon Musk does also, right? We all use these services. These different peripheral devices and services online. Now, there's another video. You talk to the people. There's another video I want to show you, right? Or do we want to keep riding with this one? I think it's Mark Zuckerberg. Meta. And the Meta. Yeah. This one.
Yep. Let's Yeah, so basically with the MetaVerse is that so if you're familiar with Facebook, what you could do is you can go to Facebook and you can look up a friend and find a friend, and that's how y'all kept in touch. But with the MetaVerse world now, you're going to be able to put on these virtual reality, these VR glasses, and you're going to be able to get in touch with anybody. Like, say for instance, if you have a friend that stays in New York, they can put on their MetaVerse glasses, you can put on yours, and you actually can seem like you're right there with them. You can go into a world together. Like if y'all wanted to go out to eat, y'all can go out to eat, sit at a table. It's like your virtual reality, your cartoon character, their character, and y'all seeing each other, shaking hands, you can hug, but it's two fake people, really, because it's not you and them actually together. So I think this is where we're headed to, with everybody, staying social distance, where you're not really wanting to physically touch or see one another. So what's going on? We have this fake world where now you're not going to have to be right there in front of each other. You can actually touch each other from a distance, as I might say. So if you haven't seen your grandparent in a while, we're physical people. We should want to be right there in front of one another. We really, it's pluses and it's definitely negatives, especially with our children growing up and being in a world where they already are socially challenged, because of the simple fact they are on the phone so much and texting instead of even calling. So you have a negative part about it, and then, like I say, it's also a positive. But we have to watch how much we're going into this digital world, because of the simple fact we're getting away from even wanting to be actually in front of one another. We're still on this MetaVerse world, and that's what we're headed to, with everything, all of the changes in the world. So we definitely got to be very careful about where we're headed. So you're talking about jobs, actual jobs, having meetings, and you don't even have to actually go to work and be in front of the different. You don't even have to be in front of your coworkers.
Is that a bad thing?
This is real. Well, it can definitely be a bad thing, because of the simple fact, the social is like, we definitely need the social as far as being in front of one another. So we got the video up now that we're gonna play with Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. We're gonna play a clip for you, and then we're gonna talk about it. We got the video.
Where do you want to start it? Because I want to get straight into it.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start from the beginning and show.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk about this MetaVerse world.
Alright, so we ready?
Yep.
Recently, with Facebook and other giant companies staking claims. But what is the metaverse? Recently, Tesla and SpaceX boss Elon Musk spoke out against the concept of the metaverse, the quirky virtual world of Facebook, aka Meta, saying that the term is being used as marketing tactics and buzzwords. With regards to virtual reality and metaverse, the Techno King noted that he does not see a scenario where individuals would have to shift from the physical world into a virtual one. Sharing his personal experience, he added that virtual reality headsets tend to accelerate motion sickness while playing video games, to say the least. Facebook, rebranded Meta, claims on its official website that the metaverse is the next evolution of social connection. The company's vision is to help bring the metaverse to life and change its name to reflect its commitment to this future. 3D spaces in the metaverse will let you socialize, learn, collaborate, and play in ways that go beyond what one can imagine at the moment. To begin, there is no universally accepted definition for the term. Some think of it as an enhanced successor to the current version of the internet, a new frontier for online interaction, blending the physical and digital worlds through computer-generated avatars. Millennials and early Zoomers may remember The Sims, a series of live simulation video games launched back in the year 2000, where you could practically build a second life for the digital version of yourself or a character of your dreams. So think virtual birthdays or weddings, an array of digital experiences connected to our real lives and accessible through VR headsets, PCs, games.
So you see, you're going to be able to put on these virtual reality headsets. So you're going to be able to birthday parties. I mean, did you just see that? Like, that is so crazy where we're headed to. It's almost like an upgrade of Zoom. Like, we've been having your Zoom meetings, and you're able to basically see each other and talk or whatever. But now,
Well, you got COVID, right? So
Yep.
now you don't have to worry about getting sick being around people.
yeah, put your mask on, and we gotta still be social. I'm still with being social. We lose that. I think that's a lot of, like, while we're losing a lot of our older people, we're getting away from the social. They need us to be around. Like, you can't just keep talking to your grandma over the phone or through a video, like, where the hugs coming in at, or where the love coming in at. I think we're getting further and further away from that.
What
So
about when we make a suit that you could put on, and then if I touch the suit, you can feel me through the internet.
it's still not the same. It's still not the same. I mean, being right there with somebody is very personal and very touching, and you can feel different vibrations by actually touching the person with you. Is a different energy. Yeah, that energy from actually seeing and being around somebody. And I think we're very much headed towards not doing it as much, because I think a lot of people are going to be with what's going on. Let's go ahead and play the rest of the video, or some of the video, and then we'll come back and talk to you. Let's play some more of it, let y'all see what's going on.
Consoles, and even phones. Only that's just the surface. Some global brands are staking a claim in the metaverse. Nike has launched NikeLand, a virtual gaming experience on gaming platform Roblox, where users can dress their digital avatars in the company's products. In September, Dolce & Gabbana sold the first ever collection of non-fungible tokens by a fashion brand for approximately $5.7 million. 5 tokens featured in the drop were accompanied by physical versions of the items, and the other 4 were digital-only pieces. Though seemingly a giant
Okay, so you see where you got Nike, Dolce & Gabbana, like, these are high-end companies that are buying into what's going on. So you know it's going to happen. So NFTs, non-fungible tokens.
Non-fungible tokens, you have to.
Yeah, so you got where you got clothing companies where you're gonna be able to go in, change your clothes every day. So when you're going to work every day, you basically can change your outfit. So you're going to be buying into this. Like, it ain't going to just be Nike and Dolce & Gabbana. It's going to be other big companies that's going to buy into this world. So
They're already in there. I mean, it's
yeah.
essential.
So you're going to be able to buy into
So
what's going on.
now I'm a little bit of devil's advocate when it comes to this thing, because I'm transitioning to the digital space, and what I see is opportunity for those of us who have been marginalized or pigeonholed into not being able to get our creations into, like, the bigger stores and things like that. What I see the metaverse as is more like the gold rush back in the day when people were coming over to the America and going out west, saying it's gold in them their hills, and going out there trying to stake their claim. The metaverse is still very much in development, and so get your kids into programming, and you start learning to program. I mean, programmers are the gods of this space. So if you know how to code simple JavaScript, you step in you can position yourself differently than you could out here in the real world. And by positioning yourself in there, making the income come in from what you're doing in there, then you can transition and position yourself differently out here.
So what you're saying is basically you can be a buyer or you can be a seller. So while your child is on what's one of these
Well,
games?
You can just name. You can say any game.
Any game, and they're buying all kind of skins and tokens and all this kind of stuff. They're buying that stuff on the game. Now they can go in and create
Yes.
and be
Yes.
somebody that
You can create. Your kid can, if they like playing games. There are several platforms right now that will afford you as a parent to give your children the opportunity to create instead of being consumers, to actually create and make money. One in particular is Sandbox. That's one of the places on the blockchain that like Snoop Dogg is on Sandbox. A lot of you people might have already heard about the Sandbox, but if not, you got Snoop Dogg. You got The Walking Dead has a whole thing going on inside of the Sandbox. You got Atari just bought in there. It's a bunch of different companies and people, right? But your child can go on the Sandbox, get in there, and they have there's a creation. If your kid likes Roblox or what's that other one that a lot of the kids like, where everything looks blocky? Shoot. No, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but it's not Roblox. It's a little more blocky than the Minecraft. So kids, it looks kind of like Minecraft, but they can go on and they can create assets, clothing, weapons, vehicles, houses or buildings, people, and then they can sell them, and they can do it for free. Now, if you mint something, it might cost you to mint it to turn it into an NFT. No, it will cost you to mint it for the most part to turn it into an NFT. But they can create these assets and put them on the marketplace and then have a residual income coming in, because once they create the one asset, a million people can buy that one asset, right? So that's one way. Another is my personal favorite is the Unreal Engine, which is completely free and is super powerful, and is being used across multiple industries, including film, games, commercial advertisements. You will need to get a mid-level to high-level PC. You don't have to go get a high-level PC. You can get a mid-level PC to run it. I'm just putting it out there because I think that our youth, like, let's be honest, some of the kids who we push into like basketball, football, and things like that, they're not going pro. That's just being real. Some of them just not. But you spend all this time and money ripping and running up and down the road, taking your kid to all these different events. That's gas money, time.
So basically, they have another opportunity now to try something different instead of so that can become fun and like a side thing to do outside of, basically a lot of these kids ain't wanting to go outside no more, which they need to do. They definitely need to get their outside stuff done and play and be a kid. But on the other hand, they have opportunity to make money doing something. Instead of playing the game, they can actually create. So we're gonna go back to playing a little bit more of the video,
and not just games. They could do this, the kids that's doing their TikToks and YouTube videos and things like that. They can actually create their own avatars, and there's so much that can be done. Like, we could do a whole separate video on that. There's so much they could be done. Like, there's so many opportunities for our youth right now. Okay, so I'll play this next one. Y'all gotta bear with.
Step forward for the legacy fashion house. The collection was apparently limited to the Dolce & Gabbana experiences only. Each sale included invitations to the brand's exclusive events and has yet to prove its utility in the metaverse. However, if the world's biggest companies are pouring billions of dollars on building technologies and experiences that promise us an entirely new way of interaction and new wave of innovation, pay attention. As of late, Meta, formerly known as Facebook, has made a huge VR push, promoting its MetaVerse as a far better alternative method of connecting with friends through a virtual reality headset. MetaVerse users will in the future be able to teleport in real time like a hologram to be at the office without physical movement or at a concert with friends to catch up. As to Mr. Musk, he admitted that he might lack certain full understanding of the new tech because of his age, noting that he was very much one of the individuals who did understand the potential of the internet back in the early 90s. One thing you should note about Mr. Musk's criticism of the metaverse.
So did you get that? So you're also going to have these holograms where you're going to be able to, so if you got a friend and they at a concert and you want to go, they're going to be able to bring you in and you actually can be there with them. So it ain't going to be you in person, but it's going to be a hologram for you and you're right there so you can see what's going on basically. And it's hologram. Like this is where we are going with this metaverse world. We're getting closer and closer to this. I mean, we already are digital, but it's getting ready to be out of this world, like crazy. Like your friend is at a concert. I don't know if y'all just heard. Your friend is at a concert somewhere, and they can bring in a hologram for you and bring you right there.
You know, there's a lot of positive use cases for this, in my opinion. Think about it like this. You get pulled over by the cops. You can hologram your attorney right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I want 10%.
or you in some trouble, you can holograph your husband and he can be right there. And actually can see what's going on. So I mean it's some pluses to it, but I'm in person. I'm in person. I'm definitely with the still being able to touch. So let's go ahead and
being semi introverted, I can definitely relate to being behind the scenes personally. I'm extroverted when I need to be, but I don't mind staying at the house.
Yeah. Well, it is definitely not a bad thing to be at the house, but definitely more important to be around family and friends. So,
I love my family.
Yep. So we're gonna play a little bit more. We're gonna put a video.
Is that it's focused on a lack of user experience. Sure, you can put a television on your nose. I'm uncertain that makes you in the metaverse, Mr. Musk said. I don't see someone strapping a frigging screen to their face all day and not wanting to ever leave. That seems no way, the outspoken billionaire said, noting that he's unable to see a compelling metaverse situation. So, it does remain to be seen whether the concept of the metaverse will eventually die or gain momentum. Mr. Musk also talked about the SpaceX Starship, the Tesla Cybertruck, and his startup Neuralink, a brain interface technology company that hopes to start deploying its microchips in human beings in 2022. He said, the first humans to receive the chips would be people with severe neurological disorders or spinal cord injuries like tetraplegics or quadriplegics. Mr. Musk has previously given earlier timeframes for Neuralink to implant its chips in humans. Following an appearance on Clubhouse earlier this year, the CEO of many forward-thinking companies noted that Neuralink hopes to accelerate its pace to enable human trials starting in 2022, provided that things do go well. Right now, Neuralink is working on the N1 link, a 1024-channel gadget that will help quadriplegics restore their digital freedom by allowing them to control phones or computers in a more naturalistic way. In July this year, the brain-computer interface startup unveiled a Series C funding of approximately $205 million. According to Mr. Musk, the funding is expected to take the N1 link to the market and also speed up development and research in other products. While Neuralink's long-term goal is to achieve a level of symbiosis with AI and reduce AI risk to humanity, the company's short-term goals, like treating patients with brain injuries, seem to be well grounded in reality. The MetaVerse, in its turn, is expected to unlock more opportunities for individuals, no matter where they reside. Mr. Musk seems not to show any interest in the MetaVerse stuff. In his view, a sophisticated Neuralink is a better alternative to VR glasses, as it will put users fully in virtual reality.
So we got Elon Musk now with the chip.
Well, first
And-
you got the glasses.
Yes, the VR,
Right.
and that is Mark Zuckerberg, which he's with the Facebook. He's more on the virtual reality, and then you have Elon Musk, which is like, well, we don't need all of these the big glasses and the virtual reality. We can just put a chip in the head, and basically, and we can do the same thing basically, but we have people that actually can't move. We're going to try it out on them first and see how it work with them, paralyzed.
Yeah, so, boy, that's a double-edged blade right there. So you have people who are paralyzed. I guess they only, like the only option, I'm not saying the only option, but if the option arises that a chip could give them their mobility back, I imagine that you would have several volunteers who would be willing, because I can't imagine being paralyzed as being a good, like a fun thing or whatever, right?
Yeah, well,
So,
last the ending, you would want to see how it feels to
yeah.
be able to move again. And
But if you're healthy,
why?
yeah, I don't know.
Well, you don't have to wear these virtual reality glasses. You can just put a chip in the head and be able to do everything that these other people are doing.
Man, I don't know.
You can go in these worlds and see these things without the glasses.
It would be. So it would be dope to be able to. I imagine that's what people who trip feel like. People who do like acid and stuff like that. I imagine that's what they feel like. They put it in their body and then they go into these other worlds, but they don't.
They're not actually there, but
they're
they
not
can
there, but they feel like
feel
they're
it.
there.
Yeah.
I imagine that's what that feels like. But
How do you turn it off?
yeah, I don't know. There's
Like, I think that's the thing. Like, how do you turn that if a chip is in your head, how do you turn that
what happens if
off?
it gets too hot, or what happens, if you get too close to a microwave or some kind of electromagnetic. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
We got to see where it's going. I mean, it's going to be a test. People going to try it. So, they're going to try it.
if they told you that they could put the chip in your brain and it would prevent you from ever getting sick, or if they told you that it could keep you young forever or something like that, would you put it in your brain? That would be a good sales tactic.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see where they're
Be
going
fucked
with
up.
Yeah. We have to see where they're going with it. But
If
I
it
mean,
didn't
it's here. It's definitely coming.
Oh, it's for sure coming.
I mean, it's here. And we're gonna find out how quick. let's go.
Interestingly enough, Mr. Musk's sentiments seem to be in line with statements made by Nick Clegg, the company's vice president for communications and global affairs. In a recent interview with the Financial Times, he described the gadgets used when taking part in the metaverse as uncomfortable. "If I'm lifting my head, it's because I'm drinking my coffee, and this ratchet headset is too bulky for me to drink my coffee without moving it," he said. According to some critics, the metaverse concept has been tried before with the unsuccessful virtual reality boom of the early days of the 1990s and the rise of Second Life in the 2000s. They believe that the current iteration is only centered around a flashy new title, improved hardware, and multi-billion funding from giants like Facebook-owned Meta, which is looking to control this digital platform. In a similar situation, the multi-billionaire tech mogul took a stab at the concept of Web3, tearing apart the idea of democratizing the internet by rebuilding it around blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. Unlike Web3's proponents who believe that Web3 could reuse the influence of other tech giants like Google, Mr. Musk believes that the tech is more of marketing than reality. Mr. Musk joins the list of tech CEOs who are not impressed by Web3 and are convinced that the concept won't democratize anything. For instance, Jack Dorsey, former CEO of Twitter, has previously noted that Web3 only redirects power from incumbents such as Facebook to upstart venture capital funds. But note that the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla has been wrong before on some occasions, and while VR has come a long way, the concepts are somewhat too far from mainstream and cannot have the number of users that Facebook's social media platform is currently boasting. Is MetaVerse going to overlap with Elon Musk's Neuralink in the future? Nobody knows yet. But Neuralink, co-founded by Mr. Musk back in 2016, is developing a chip that would be implanted in people's brains to simultaneously record and stimulate the brain activity. It's intended to have medical applications such as treating serious spinal cord injuries and neurological disorders. But can Neuralink brain implants convince a significant number of customers if virtual reality headsets fail? That's arguably an even bigger question to be answered. Nevertheless, the project is already working well in monkeys, and the company is hoping to have Neuralink brain implants in the first humans in 2022. What do you think about it? Would you like to be one of the first Neuralink customers to try this chip out? Let us know in the comment section, and thanks for watching.
Well, and it's here. 2022 is here. It's already out. You can be one of the first. They already taken. You want to get the chip? You can be one of the first. So I don't know. I say no. I say no. But I know people are going to try. I know they're going to try, but I don't agree. And with the metaverse world, I'm pretty sure I'll try that. Definitely I'll try that. If I can be at work and actually not FaceTime, but actually bring my children and husband in on a hologram and have them right there with me and be like, hey, and it seems like they're like right there. I think that'd be pretty cool. But it'd just be for fun for me. It wouldn't be like a thing that I would want to do like all the time. I definitely would rather see my children and my husband and my mom and sister and brother, my family. I would rather see them in person. I would make that like a side thing that I do just for fun. I don't think, well, I know that's not something that I definitely want to do on an everyday basis. So you definitely got to be very careful of where we're going, where we're headed to, and not let this detour you from being around your family. Like, we're actually, I think we're losing too many people, and you haven't actually just been around them. You've been so far distant. Tomorrow's not promised. So I think we definitely can't get too far away from interacting in person. Don't let this or anything else take you that far away. Stay close. Love. Be with your family. Don't let the social media thing take you too far away. Let it make you some money. You know, it is opportunity to make money. Take it for what it's worth. Opportunity. Take it for that. But don't get too into the not wanting to be around your mom and your dad and your children, because it's very important to be around those people, even during this trying time where we do have COVID going around and people are very afraid. Don't let that get you too distant from your loved ones and into this social media thing where you feel like you just can always talk to somebody over the metaverse world and actually not see them in person, but see them in this metaverse world. Because, like, you're going to be able to see your mom. If she not here, you're going to actually be able to put on these virtual reality glasses. She's going to be able to put on hers, and you're going to go in. She's going to have her character, you're going to have your character, and you're going to be in this world, and y'all going to be able to hug, shake hands, kiss, whatever. But it won't be physical. It won't be you and them. It'll actually be in this fake world. So you got to be very careful of where we're going. How you feel about before we close?
I'm gonna pose a question. Because, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm going to pose a question. When you're asleep and you're dreaming, and you touch things, you smell stuff, you taste stuff, it's not physical. Mm-hmm. But your senses tell you that it's real, at least in the dream. Mm-hmm. So, what's real? If your senses, if we get so far in the future with technology that allows you to, again, put on a suit, or even if it's not a suit anymore, like some sort of haptic device or something like that, if you can feel what the other person is doing without physically being there, is it real or is it fake?
It's a dream. I mean, and some of our dreams do come true, but it's a dream. Is not actual. Is not reality until it becomes reality. Like you can see it. Is almost like faith. It's like faith, So,
so have faith in the metaverse?
Huh?
Have faith in the metaverse?
You can have faith in the metaverse. It doesn't make it real. I mean, until, it ain't seen. You know exactly what it is.
I'll tell you this. If you dream that you're eating food, but you're not eating food, you still be hungry. So that's where the realness of getting the proper nutrients and things like that, the proper energy from another person, the hugs, the kisses, the high fives, I can definitely feel where you're going with that, and I agree 100%. I just say, I piggyback what you said. Use it for what it is. Like, don't let the opportunity pass you by just looking at it or solely being a consumer. Of course, you're going to interact and buy things that are cool, that are out there, but think about the potentiality of creating, and I'll leave it at that. Because a lot of us are on genius level, but we don't push ourselves, or we don't believe in ourselves. That could be a whole nother video. Is negative thought, self-talk, things like that. But if Elon Musk can do it, if Mark Zuckerberg can do it, You and me can do it.
Yes.
Period. So.
Yeah, so definitely need to check out the MetaVerse. Check out the chip that the chip that Elon Musk is talking about. They're important. And definitely don't forget to get into the NFTs. This is where our world is going. Let your kids be out here and to learn to create so they can make some money out here. I mean, it's all kind of things you can create right now, and it's opportunity. So on that note, y'all stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
Facts.
Have a good one.